What's going on, guys? Some pre-max effort feels. What's going on in my head? First off, I'm sweating like I'm in an oven. It's 99 degrees outside, so I'm literally cooking in here, but it's all good. Priming my body, getting ready to go hard, to lift heavy, to try to set a new PR, to do something that I've never done before. And on the drive over here, I was thinking, what motivates me? How do I get fired up for my max effort attempts so that I can share it with you guys so that you can maybe implement it in your training? I think we all have something that fires us up. But I've found over the years that the less my motivation and drive has to do with me, the more fired up I get. In other words, if I want to lift 500 pounds for me, I'll get fired up because it's a goal of mine. But if I incorporate, that me lifting this weight will make me more successful, thus allowing me to help my family more, my friends more, my loved ones more, and then all of a sudden, my drive, my motivation is much more deeply rooted. I have much more drive because I'm not just doing it for me. I'm doing it for the team. I'm doing it for everybody around me. I'm doing it for you guys watching. I'm doing it for basically everybody but me. And I think that if you can master that, and you can not only lift like that, but live your life like that, that you will have much more passion to accomplish your goals than if you were just doing them for you. So I say this, I say make your goals selfish. Make your goals selfish in a sense that there's things in life that you want, that you personally want, go get them, go make them happen. But make your reasons why you want them selfless. So, in other words, the reason why I want to write a book is not for fame for myself. It's not to make my name greater, but it's to become smarter and more successful and more well-rounded and more cultured so that the people around me may be positively affected by my actions. So that was just an example. And of course you can apply it to lifting. Why do I want to lift this weight? It's going to make me a better person. It's going to allow me to conquer a fear. It's going to allow me to take conquering something that I've never done before and apply it to other things in life that I've never done before. But what drives me? Not personal achievement. It's so my mom and dad can be proud of me. It's so my sister can take that and be inspired by it. So make your goals selfish, but your reasons why, what drives you, what motivates you, selfless. Let's go pull some heavy weight. So I started off with deficits to warm up. My thought process behind this was just like in baseball, how when you're on deck, you warm up with a donut on your bat, like a little weight on your bat. You shuck it off when you're ready to go to the plate and your bat feels that much lighter, right? So I thought, why not warm up to a comfortable weight on deficits so that then when I go to just regularly pulling from the floor, my leverages feel that much better. And then 315 was my last set of deficit deads. Once I went to 405, I started pulling from the floor. After my set of 405, I moved into 455. And then after 455, 495. I made the jump to 495 and not anymore because I wanted to set a new PR. I think when you are going for a new PR, it's important to calculate your jumps. Calculate your warm-up jumps, because if you go too close to the max that you're attempting, then you might burn out before you get to the max. So I thought 495 would be a comfortable set leading up to my PR attempt of 515. 515 felt like the heaviest thing that I've ever lifted in the entire world, because it was the heaviest thing that I've ever lifted in the entire world. New PR, 10-pound jump from last week, and that's just phenomenal, because you know, I've trained deadlifts for many more years than I've trained the squat. So I could see my squat jumping 10 pounds a week every now and then. Maybe not consistently, but every now and then 10 pounds a week. Lately my PRs have just been ridiculous. But my deadlift, that is a harder move to make those 10-pound jumps, especially when you've been training for 11 years as I have. So, and I've been doing deadlifts, like I said, for years. So the fact that I was able to jump 10 pounds is just crazy, and I'm so happy with it. Next week is going to be a deload week. So, and the reason being is for the past 3 weeks I've set PRs, and my body could use a deload week in order to make future gains. So granted, maybe next week I could add 5 pounds to my lifts and still set new PRs, but what's that gonna do to my body, you know, the next week or the week after? You know, what's optimal for me, and I think a deload week is perfectly in check to go every 4th week. That's what I'm doing now. So I'm trying to set PRs week 1, 2, 3, 4th week is a deload, and then I'm back into trying to set PRs and working to a heavy single. With my deload, as of now in my head, I'm going to be going for 60% of my 1 rep max for a 5x5. So 5 sets of 5, 60%, really focused on slow, controlled, feeling the weight, grooving the weight. I think that's so important. I really want to get that motor pattern down. Anyways, after my PR of 515, which is huge for me, I weigh, I think, right around 168 right now. So that's a pretty big pull for me. I went into my back off work. Now, when I put in 70% on my phone for the calculator, it said 360. So I put 365 on the bar and proceeded to do my back off work of 3 sets of 5. I wanted to do my back off work on a deficit, or in a deficit, or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. You're watching it right now. So I stood on the plates, the same plates that I used to warm up with. I wanted that to be my back off work. And if you guys have noticed, my back off work is almost the same as my warm-up work. So I kind of work up to a 1 rep max in this case, and then work back down using the same weights that I did to warm up with. I just find that that's just going to add to my total volume. So say as part of my warm-up, I hit 70% for a set of 5. As I was warming up, my back off work is 70% for 3 sets of 5. So in my mind, my back off work is 3 sets of 5, but in reality, it's more like 4 sets of 5 if you include that warm up. And over the course of a year, 5 years, 10 years, that extra set of 5 is really going to add to the volume. So keep that in mind as well. Be smart with your warm-ups and be smart with your back off. Which leads me to my next point. So 70% had me at 360. I threw 365 on the bar because I'm lazy and it's so much easier to put 365 on the bar and then chase down the 10s and 5s and 2.5s and everything else that you need to make it 360. So 3 plates and quarters, 365, easy enough. Stood on 45-pound plates for my 1.5 inch deficit. The Ivanko 45-pound plates are 1.5 inches thick. So after I did 1 set of 5, I found that it was extremely heavy. As a matter of fact, my 4th and 5th rep, I couldn't even focus on motor pattern and form because I was focused on pulling the weight. And I don't think, at least for me, I don't want my back off work to be strength work. I've already hit my strength work. So my back off work is to drill the motor pattern, drill the movement, allow my body to find that groove over and over and over with a decent amount of weight, but nothing that is going to be considered a grinder. And 365 certainly felt like that. I couldn't focus on driving through the floor, good, tight back. I couldn't focus on any of the cues that you need to focus on when you're practicing the deadlift. When you're testing it or when you're working to that 1 rep max, you can't be thinking about the cues necessarily because you need to be focused on the weight. So it needs to be automatic, is what I'm saying. So 365 was too heavy. I took off the quarters and left 315, which is roughly 60% of the 515 that I pulled. So I did my last 2 sets of 5 of back off work with 315, and that made all the difference. I was able to get good pulls, good contractions, really get the groove down, and I think that is auto-regulation at its best. So don't be afraid to listen to your body and know what you need. You don't want your back off work to be as slow as your max effort work on those 4th and 5th reps. You don't want to be hitting grinders on your back off work. That is not what it is for. That doesn't mean that they should look like speed pulls. The weight shouldn't be flying up, but it should be a weight that you can handle for probably 8 to 10 reps regularly. And that's just going to allow you to really get the movement down and practice the movement. That's what it's for. That's what back off sets, to me, that's what I use them for, to really practice. After my back off work, I moved into pull-ups, supersetted with bent over dumbbell rows. The dumbbells I used, 55 pounds, so relatively light, and the pull-ups were just body weight, and I only did 8 reps. But on my 8th rep, as you can see, I really transferred my weight to each hand, and I don't know, I want to say like a wiper. I don't know why I want to say that. I know that's not correct, but you're watching it right now, so you name it whatever you want. And I really tried to focus on engaging whichever lat I was leaning towards, engaging that and squeezing it. So I did that on my 8th rep, and I did 3 sets of 8 of that superset. After that, I moved into seated dumbbell raises. I progressed from 20 to 25 to 30 pounds, and I absolutely love doing dumbbell lateral raises. I think that they are a tremendous exercise that should be in your program regardless of if you're weightlifting, powerlifting, bodybuilding, doing CrossFit. I think lateral raises should absolutely be in everybody's training because I don't know any other exercise, at least for me, that really hits the medial head of your delt, your side delt, and really caps it off. And I think if you're wearing a tank top, if you're wearing a t-shirt and going out, or if you're dressed in a button down and you're going on a date, nothing looks better than capped off shoulders. I just think they look so aesthetic, and I think they're also super functional as far as being stabilizers. And you can't have giant front delts, muscular rear delts, and straight shoulders. Shouldn't look like somebody shaved your shoulders off, brah. So make sure you're hitting those side laterals. After that, I supersetted the side laterals with some dumbbell curls just because I could. Definitely optional, but just about every back day I do, 3 sets of dumbbell curls just to keep my biceps there and stay somewhat aesthetic. Anyways, overall the workout was amazing. I'm so excited that I hit a PR. Going into my deload, I think that that's definitely going to give me a good percentage to work off of as far as my 5x5 this coming week. And it definitely makes me hungry for more, and looking forward to next time that I touch heavyweight. Anyways, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a blessed day. I'm out.